Welcome, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests to Meridian Toastmasters Club, where we meet just after high noon every Thursday, except for a few holidays during the year. It's lovely to have everyone here today, both in the room and out there in Zoom land. There's a little break in the rain, so we can all kind of take a collective breath. Maybe our socks will dry out tonight. I forgot what it's like that time of year when nothing ever seems to get dry. It just always seems moist. But my skin's been really great, so I'll take that. So we have a guest today, Nathan. If it's okay, Nathan, at the end of the meeting, we will ask you to just maybe say a few words on how you found out about us, what you thought of the meeting today, and you're always more than welcome to participate in table topics, which is a part of the meeting where we have 1 to 2 minutes to talk extemporaneously. And we'll get more to that here in just a few minutes as we go through the roles.
Thank you.
But first, before we explain the different roles, I'm going to ask Kim Chen out there in Zoom land to give us a little bit of levity as our joke master today. Kim.
Thank you, Madam Toastmasters, fellow Toastmaster, and one honored guest, Nathan. I have a couple of jokes. Joke number 1, why did the Scarecrow win an award?
Because he was outstanding in his field.
Whoa! Are you looking at the same joke I am? That's amazing. That's great.
I've that joke for a long time.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see if I can get one where you don't know it. Okay, second one. What do you call fake spaghetti?
Pasta.
Oh, yes, Nathan. Impasta. Oh, man. 2 for 2. All right. Number 3. I'll go with the third one. Why did the computer go to therapy?
Why did the what?
Why did the computer go to therapy?
Why?
Because it had too many tabs open.
Oh.
Cha-ching. All right, back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Kim. That was really good. I feel like I can relate to that, like in my brain. Tabs open all the time. I just want to close some and just focus on 1 or 2. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and explain what our roles are. I'm going to ask each person who has a role today to talk just for a minute about what their role is. This is especially great for our guests because then they get to kind of understand a little bit more of how a Toastmasters meeting works. So the first person that I'm going to ask to talk about their role today is Justin Bellis, telling us what the Table Topics Master does. Justin.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. The Table Topic Master calls upon members to deliver a 1 to 2 minute impromptu speech on a topic that I'm going to choose right before I call on you.
Excellent. Thank you, Justin. All right, next I will ask Kathy Cross-Reese to stand up and explain to us what the timer does. Kathy.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. The timer introduces, actually, I was trying to read this. As a timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches, and evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green. Green will indicate one minute for table topics, 4 minutes for icebreakers, 5 minutes for other speeches, and 2 minutes for general evaluation. I will also show the yellow card. That will be 1 minute, 30 seconds for table topics, 5 minutes for icebreakers, 6 minutes for other speeches, and 2 minutes, 30 seconds for evaluation. Last but not least, the red card, 2 minutes for table topics, 6 minutes for icebreakers, 7 minutes for other speeches, and 3 minutes for evaluations. There is a 30-second grace period on the far side of all of those times. Thank you. And if you want, I can go ahead as Agramarian, if you like.
Sure. that'd be great.
Agramarian, for today, I will choose a word of the day, which is, trying to, I don't know if you can hear, I'll try it again. Adjuvant. Adjuvant is spelled ADJUVANT, which means serving to help or assist. I am an adjuvant for today's meeting with 2 roles. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kathy. I hope that you're going to mark yourself down as having used the word of the day. Adjuvant.
Adjuvantly.
Adjuvantly.
Okay, wow. you
When
guys are-
Sean
okay.
gets here, he is running late. He could maybe take over or help you with the timer role or for Marion, whatever's kind of easiest for you guys. Let's see. We were going to move right into the new member induction ceremony. However, oh no, let's go ahead and let Kim talk about what the GE does. And then we'll see if Sean's here and then we can figure out what's next. Okay, Kim, thank you.
All right, thank you, Madam Toastmaster. I appreciate that I haven't been forgotten. As the general evaluator, my role is to, at the end of the meeting, evaluate the overall meeting from start to finish. I also will, it is a 2 to 3 minute evaluation. I will also evaluate the evaluator of the speech. And that is my, and part of my evaluation, I will call up the roll calls for timer and Meridian. And with that, I turn it back to you, Madam
Great.
Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Kim. Now, I'm thinking if you're okay with it, Sarah, would you mind doing your speech first?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
And then
It
we'll-
could end up being shorter than the usual 5 to 7 minutes. So it's like, yeah, I don't mind doing my speech first.
Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. And then when Sean gets here, then we'll do the new member induction ceremony since he is one of the members that's being inducted today. So with that, I will ask Buffy to introduce Sarah because Buffy is her evaluator. Buffy.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guest. Sarah is going to be giving a brazen speech on writing a speech the night before, which I find to be a very exciting idea of tantalizing proportion. So with that, Sarah, welcome and give us what you got.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. The reason why this speech is titled "Writing a Speech the Night Before" is because I came up with this speech idea after my phone call meeting with Brandy and giving her a little bit of insight on why yesterday was busy. And so to start with my speech, the past 24 hours have been busy. This is a speech that I wrote last night. I will tell you about yesterday instead of my other speech idea, which look forward to that. It's speech. That speech is on favorite mentor and why. The idea for that speech came from last week's Toast table topics. And yesterday, I woke up in the morning really tired because I woke up at 3 a.m. and couldn't fall back to sleep again. This isn't necessarily a new thing for me. So when my buzz horn alarm rudely woke me up. I quickly turned off that alarm and slept in for another half hour. I do my rounds in the morning, and when I sit down in this chair, I was still sleepy, even though I had my coffee to my right. I turn on Spotify and listen to music for the next 20 minutes until the work source class starts, the strategies for success classes. Then my phone rings through my hearing aids. I see that it's the 217 number, which I recognized as Illinois Department of Health and Human Services. For a second, I think about letting it go to voicemail. Then I answer it because I don't want it to go to voicemail. He offers me the vocational rehabilitation counselor trainee position. I was expecting this call. About a week ago, the same person called about doing a background check. A week ago, this did not feel real. It can't be this easy to get a job offer, right? There was not an interview for this position. I interviewed for 50 plus different positions just to get a job offer without an interview. That, to me, that didn't necessarily feel right. Though with the state, with how Illinois does things, I know that the interview will come later, though. I just hope that I don't have the same bad luck when it comes to the actual interview. I'm waiting for the class to start, and I look at my phone. I'm almost late to class. I hop onto the Zoom meeting. The workforce instructors are talking about customer service skills and diversity, equity, and inclusion. Normally, listening to someone's lecture can distract me enough when I'm feeling stressed or nervous about present. When I'm nervous about something present. Except I find it really hard to be present. My mind is racing. I'm tense. My breaths are kind of short. Eyes almost watering as if I'm close to tears, and if someone were to ask me if I'm okay, then I probably would actually start breaking down. I don't know if this was an anxiety attack or panic attack. I email my vocational rehabilitation counselor with the news and ask for a last-minute meeting to draft an email with questions to ask the recruiter. Now that I have a job offer, I can ask about reasonable accommodations. Hopefully, you can understand why yesterday was busy. I haven't accepted the job offer yet, though I think it is very likely that I will accept this job offer. I also have an interview with South Seattle Department of Vocational Rehabilitation next Friday in person. People that I've told to about this, people who know, it's like they tell me to keep this interview. In terms of South Seattle, this will be my third separate time interviewing with the office. Seems like I guess I don't have a closing, so let's see. So I guess I'll leave you with this last thought, even if it's not doesn't quite fit with my speech, but trust your gut.
Wow, Sarah, that was really a great speech. I think it's really nice for us as members to have some insight into other members, what their lives are like, what they're going through. And I think we can all relate to a busy morning like that. And I will leave the evaluation of your speech to your evaluator. But I felt like there was a lot of really wonderful things in that speech. And I really appreciated hearing it. And I look forward to more speeches from you in the future.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. With that, since we are still waiting for one of our new members to get here, how do we feel about moving right into table topics?
Sounds fine.
Think we can do that?
Yep.
Justin, what do you think?
Great idea.
Okay, so we're gonna mix up the agenda a little bit. We're gonna move right into table topics. If Sean gets here after table topics, or whether he does or he doesn't, we'll go ahead and move forward with the new member induction ceremony. So,
Right.
thank you, Justin.
Thank you. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start out with some controversy. One controversial subject here I'm gonna ask. I hope everybody can go around and answer. It's not about the elections, don't panic.
Hey,
It's about daylight savings time. How do you feel? Right, daylight savings time. We could all have thoughts on that. So, Buffy, would you mind starting the round the table? How do you think about daylight savings time?
Thank you, Justin. I will be delighted to begin this. Thank you. Greetings again, fellow Toastmasters. Honored guest. Daylight savings time. I have a habit of not paying attention to what time it is and just going with my guts around where my energy is. When I travel, I don't think about the fact that I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning to catch the plane and what time it is when I'm halfway across the country, whatever. I just decide I'm tired, I'm going to bed, or I'm not tired and I don't go to bed. And I don't pay attention to what time it is. No, that's not true. I pay a lot of attention to what time it is for meals. If it's noon, it's lunchtime. I don't care if I just ate. It's still lunchtime. My belly has a really weird way of not paying attention to that stuff. But the daylight savings time thing, I'm noticing it more as I get older. I am greatly appreciating a little time before the light is up when I get up. I usually get up about 6:30 and the light is up now. Well, there's pros and cons to it. I don't really have a big opinion. I just assume not have to deal with it. Changing clock stuff. If we jettison the whole idea, I wouldn't complain. We'd all get used to it. It wouldn't be a big deal. But for me, it's just energy. So I can step into the energy of the moment and not worry about the time involved.
Thank you. I'm just gonna keep going around. If anybody declines, that's okay. But Kim, you're next on my screen here. What do you think of daylight savings time?
All right. Thank you, Mr. Table Topics Masters and fellow members. At this point in my life, I couldn't care less about daylight savings time, whether we keep it, whether we don't keep it. I don't really care. I'm sure there's some political argument that's happening somewhere about it. But for me, I've just gotten used to it. Living in Washington State for most of my life, I know that in the spring, it's going to spring forward. I know in the fall, it's going to fall backward. What I don't like about it is the fact that it seems to counterbalance the light and the darkness, as far as you would think that if the days are changing, that if you are in the spring and it springs backward, you're not supposed to get more light at 9 o'clock. It doesn't make sense to me. And vice versa. In the fall, it's falling backwards. Yet you would think that I would get more daylight-ish, but no, at 3 o'clock this afternoon, it's going to be dark. So that's the one thing I don't like about it. It's the inverse effect that's throwing off my mind. The other thing that I don't like about it is that it actually affects the moods of my kids. And I absolutely hate that because they get up in the morning and they're really angry at me, both of them. I don't care what they could have 9-10 hours of sleep and they just get cranky. And so those are the two reasons I don't like about daylight savings time. But for me personally, I've gotten so used to it that I just don't really care what other people think. It's going to happen in the spring and in the fall, whatever. I'm going to go with that. And that is my thought. Back to you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Kim. Sarah, would you like to share your thoughts? Daylight savings time for the table topics today?
Sure. Let's see. I'm kind of in agreement with Kim about about daylight saving time. At least in Washington State, like I keep hearing that it's like, oh, they're going to get rid. It's like, oh, they're going to get rid of it, and then it never actually happens. See, moving to when I moved to Illinois for grad school, I I didn't really care too much about daylight saving time then either, though maybe though I think I had a little bit more appreciation for I don't know which one, whether it was spring forward or fall back, but probably probably spring forward uh because in DeKalb, Illinois, you're surrounded by a bunch of cornfields and soybean fields, and so you're around a bunch of agriculture, and I think the daylight savings time, it gives farmers more, time out in field. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm kind of just going off memory. So yeah, that's all I have on this.
Thank you for your thoughts. Honored guest is next. You care to take a shot at it? I can't see your name from here. Sorry.
Certainly. Thank you, Table Talk Masters and Toastmasters. My name is Nathan Brown, a guest here today. My feelings on daylight savings time is that it's an antiquated concept that we don't need anymore as a country. And there are many measured and documented downsides to it that at the macro level, less so at our individual levels, right? We all get used to it. But there's a statistical increase in auto accidents every year during the first week after a time change. With so that costs us all in public health and insurance rates. So there are many studies out there that show a wide macro impact that is negative and no longer net positive, given the fact that we're not an agrarian culture anymore. And so I think we should ditch it. I think my kids shouldn't have to worry about it. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know how much more time we have. We got time for more, Brandy?
We could do one or two more.
Okay.
I'll go.
You want to go next?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Brandy's good. I got something to say.
It's not as cool as what Nathan just said about the macro effects of the antiquated system that is daylight savings. I agree with everybody. I'm just sort of like, yeah, take it or leave it. But on a personal level, I've had a couple of experiences the last couple years that make me think I could go either way on it. The last one was spring forward was on my birthday one year. So I was robbed of an hour. March 13th, I was robbed of an hour. Now, was I asleep during that hour? Yeah, it didn't really matter. It was just more the concept that I only got 23 hours to party if I really wanted to. The other thing that happened this year was my daughter had a overnight stay at a friend's house that she just sort of threw upon us last minute. So we went from, oh, what are we going to do tonight to, oh my gosh, we've got a date night. So we had a date night and we're sleeping in the morning. We look over at the clock and we're like, oh, we have to get up and go get Emmy, our kid. And then we're like, wait a minute, the phone says it's 8 o'clock, not 9 o'clock. We had an extra hour to sleep in. It was like a gift that just kept giving. So, you know, I could go either way with it. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to Mr. Table Topics Master.
Thank you. All across the board here. That it? We got one more time for one more? Or?
Unless somebody wants to do one. Kathy, did you want
Kathy's
to do
the
one?
only one that's you don't have to.
You don't have to. No pressure.
We can move
Why
on.
don't you do
Sean,
one, Justin? Why don't you do one?
Want me to do one?
Yeah.
I'm gonna side with our guest Nathan. Overall I'd probably take it or leave it, but it seems like in the winter there's like a switch that switches and I get home and I'm tired, like automatically. I got energy usually all up until Saturday and Sunday something changed. It's a magic switch for me. So I'd rather not have that switch that just says, hey, slow down. So now I get home, I ride my bicycle home and it's dark and I start getting home. So I don't like that aspect of it. And I think why? What's the purpose of this? It's an old, there's a reason for it a long time ago, but now everybody has clocks. You want to start earlier and leave the clocks the same. You want to work later. You know, it's easier to change our shifts than to make the whole world change the time, or at least our country. Not the whole world does that. So I feel like we should just, if you want to start at 8 instead of 7, just start at 8 instead of 7. There's my thoughts.
Thank
With
you.
that, I'll pass it back to the Toastmasters.
Great. Thank you. That was awesome. What a really relevant and fun topic.
Yes.
Next, we could do the new member induction ceremony, or we could do Sarah's evaluation. How are you feeling about that? Would you like to go ahead and do her evaluation?
No, I'll go with the member induction thing.
Okay.
Then, as a full member, I can do the
Oh.
evaluation with authority.
All right.
Yes, I'll grab.
Oh, here's your table topics. All right, so we're gonna do the new member induction. We have two new members in the room, Buffy and Sean. And then we have Sarah in Zoomland. Oh, Kim.
I was going to ask if you can give a little blurb on the new induction for our guests, so that he has a little bit of insight on why we're doing it.
Context. Ooh.
Context, yes.
Sure, I'll give some context. So when folks join Toastmasters, we induct them into the club officially as new members. The reason that we've done this in the past is that in case there was ever a situation where we needed someone to leave the club, we could choose to vote them out. As far as I know, that's only happened once, and it was like in the 80s. But the other part is really about how special it is to be a member of Toastmasters and to really acknowledge what it means to be a Toastmaster and what it means to give yourself fully to your club and commit to the process of becoming a better speaker and leader through Toastmasters. So that's the context that I have. Kim, were you thinking of anything else in particular?
Nope, I think you gives quite a short summary. Thank you.
And there are some things that within the club are very formal. And this is one of the formal things that we do. A lot of other things we're a little more loosey-goosey about because that's just how our club is. Some clubs are very formal, some are less formal, but there are certain things within Toastmasters that we do stick to, and this is one of the formalities. So with that, we don't have a Sergeant at Arms today, so I'm going to ask Justin to be our standing Sergeant at Arms. And so I'll go ahead and start, and then what we're going to do is we're going to have Justin take our two new members outside while we as the remaining members.
New member too.
Sarah. So what Sarah's gonna have to do is close her eyes and for 2 minutes.
Take your headphones off.
While we vote. So I've actually never inducted anybody via Zoom this way. So it's gonna be kind of interesting. So fellow Toastmasters, I am pleased to have the occasion today to induct 3 new members into Meridian Toastmasters Club. Individuals come to Toastmasters to improve their communication and leadership skills. We have the opportunity to help them achieve their goals. I ask our new members to come forward and join me at the lectern. Buffy and Sean, please withhold your applause until our ceremony is completed. Now, Justin, as our acting sergeant of arms, would you kindly escort our Toastmasters out the door? And Sarah will be plugging her ears.
Okay.
Great. Now, can I think this is, do we do like Robert's Rules of Orders? Can we get someone to, we don't have to do all that fancy.
Do I have to wait out there?
Well, you come back in. Yeah, because you're gonna vote. So Kim and Justin and myself and Kathy, as the current members of the club, can I hear a first and a second for, do we want to vote these 3 new members into the club?
I move that we vote these 3 new members into the club.
I second. All in favor say aye.
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 They are officially voted into the club. Would you like to go get them?
Yeah.
Justin? All right, Sarah, you can listen now. Come on in.
Maybe he needs to put it in the chat so she can see.
I think she can hear us now, right,
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
Drum roll, please.
Buffy, Sean, and Sarah out there in Zoom land. Our collective obligation in Toastmasters Club is to grow and improve ourselves and to share our knowledge and experience with our fellow members. We ask you, our new members, to dedicate yourselves to personal growth, to share this great gift with your fellow members, and to keep this Meridian Toastmasters Club strong and dynamic. Now, after I say this next paragraph, I will ask you to say, I will. This is to the new members. Will you make a firm obligation to attend meetings regularly and to prepare fully for each assignment, to apply yourselves to the program outlined in the Toastmasters manuals, to participate actively in club activities, to evaluate others in a positive, constructive manner, to build open, friendly relationships with our fellow members, and to bring other new members into the club so that they can also gain the benefits of Toastmasters? Will you say, I will?
I will.
Wonderful. Now, to the rest of the club members, I want us to say, we will, after I read this. We, the members of the Meridian Toastmasters Club, pledge to support you in your quest for self-development, to provide you with positive, helpful evaluations, to maintain a friendly, supportive atmosphere, and to give you opportunities to help others, and to make your Toastmasters membership a rewarding and fulfilling experience. Let's say we will.
We
We
will.
We will.
And with that, I would like to induct you with a pin as the newest members of the Meridian Toastmasters Club. And Sarah, we will get a pin to you at some time. But let's go
Cool.
ahead and give our new members a round of applause. Thank you. Very exciting.
I have to figure out where to wear this.
I know, we don't really wear pins that much anymore.
I might wear it on my stole for church.
There you go. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, as soon as Buffy has collected herself, I will ask her to come up and give her evaluation of Sarah. And then after that, we'll move into the part of the meeting where we do the general evaluation. Exciting to have 3 new members.
Mhm.
Whoop, whoop.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
All right.
Sarah taught writing a speech the night before was, I know I'm being timed. Sarah, you gave a great very clear speech. I was very impressed. Your energy, your humor, you brought humor to your story. It was a little on the edge when you spoke about getting a job offer, and we're like, ooh, you know, there was a great story in this little speech. So exciting news. I felt you to be much more comfortable in this giving this talk. You stumbled very little on your words. There was just a little bit of repetition. That was an for me. My goal is to speak to the clarity, vocal variety, eye contact, gestures, audience awareness, comfort level, interest, and whether the speech was well supported. I wasn't able to hit all those topics, but the biggest coaching I'll give you right now is to remember to have a closing, even if you don't get some of the stuff before the closing. Always have that closing sentence, so that, and I'm speaking to myself here because I know I've dropped the ball myself. I think that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you
Well,
so
I'm
much,
a
Robbie.
professional now.
Was that your first evaluation?
Yes.
Oh,
Awesome. So many wonderful firsts today. Okay, thank you for that evaluation of Sarah's speech. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Kim as the general evaluator. Kim.
Alrighty then. Thank you again, Madam Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. I'll start with my evaluation portion, which is 2 to 3 minutes here, and then I'll call up my roles. I like to start off by saying, well done overall with the tech setup. I love how there's multiple participation. I joined Zoom. I don't do it very often. I love to be on site, as you guys all know, but this is a positive of doing the hybrid Zoom, is that we have a technology in place that I was able to actually join and actually have conversation with Nathan, who's our guest, as well as to see folks and respond back and forth. So the interaction is very important. I thought it was really good. The something we could work on is our kind of attendance. I know folks are coming in, rushing through hours. We did start a little bit later in general. I feel like part of any professional meeting, making sure we start our meetings on time. We started at 12:09, which happened to be 4 minutes later than our start time. But of course, we are SoMeridian, which is the keyword that we use. We're able to pick up on additional roles for folks who, have other things happening that we're, letting each other know, which is awesome. I think it was kudos to Kathy as an adjuvant person. She took on a couple roles, and I'm sure other folks as well that contributed to serving and helping fill in the meeting roles and making the actual meeting go well, especially a Toastmaster who is Brandy. Brandy, I thought your starting and transitioning overall was amazing. You have this calmness about you when you're doing the Toastmaster role and your transition, which I appreciate. There's some confidence in that. And also running through the induction was spot on. Every time we do induction, I don't know where I would start with, but you have everything lined up. Everything went swellingly. And so that was really awesome. Transition table topic. I like the table topic. There was some good discussion and everybody had an opportunity to participate as well. In evaluating our evaluator, Buffy, congrats on doing your first one. I thought it was really cool. I agree with a lot of things you said. The speech was humorous. We learned so much about Sara and, exciting news that she's able to find potential job offers, which is really great to hear. The one thing I would add to the evaluation, Sara, to your speech is that I can tell that you are actually reading probably off of a script, a written one.
Yes, I was.
Yeah. Try one short improvement to do is try to
Get
look
away from
away.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
just obviously you can't memorize everything that you write down. So, but
Fair.
as you move toward kind of getting your eyes reading ahead in your mind what the script is and focusing and looking at the camera if you're on remote, then that would help improve your overall and then build off of that confidence. So overall, thank you for sharing about your speech. And with that, my time is up. And I will call on the reports for, let's say, timer, Kathy.
Okay.
I was working really hard. today.
No,
Yeah.
no, I better come up.
I'll give you a adapt.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. The times for today are as follows. Sara, your speech was 6 minutes, 49 seconds. Table topics was 1 minute, 21 seconds. Justin, your table topics, I counted you for 2. I started you and then stopped you. You have 140 and 1 minute. Kim, for table topics, 1 minute, 57 seconds and 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Nathan, our guest, was 49 seconds. I think you could have went more, but we were so encouraged by what you said. We just were cheering on. So, and Brandy, your table topics was 1 minute, 21 seconds, and Buffy, yours was 1 minute, 33 seconds. Would you like me to go ahead with the Meridian report?
Yes, please continue on.
Okay. Okay, this was a tough one because it's a lot. But I'll start with words of the day. I had one, and I did not count all my ands, ors, buts, Brandy had one word of the day, Buffy had one word of the day, and Kim had one word of the day. Now I'll go to Brandy, starting out. Good word usage, opportunity to achieve, strong, dynamic, loosey-goosey. Robbed of an hour on my birthday. 24 hours to party. Concept. You also had a couple of words that detract, and 4 times, so 1 time. That's it. Buffy, great word usage as well. Go with my guts. Pay attention to time for meals. Let's see. Closing sentence. Humor, energy, on edge, clear, more comfortable. Great. Oh, brazen, tantalizing portion. Ooh, yeah, that was rich. Brazen, tantalizing portion. You had a couple of words that detract. 3 times, 2 times. That was it. Justin, great word usage. You had what was it? Side with guess. I think side with guess. Switch, magic switch, energy, change, shift. You had one word that detract, aim. Kim had great word usage as well, going on the sides of my paper. Let's see, that was kind of funny, yours. Let's see. Careless, political, argument, spring forward, fall back, context, multiple, participation, hybrid, Zoom, interaction, assume, whatever, assume, kudos, amazing. And in one word that detract, instead of swimmingly, you said swellingly. I think you meant swimmingly. I think. And words that detract, and 3 times, 4 times. And I did say word of the day. Sara, great word usage. A lot. I have a half a page. I'll highlight cornfields and soybean, reasonable accommodation, Illinois Department of Health, voc rehab training position, accepted, well, not accepted, position, offered a position, background check, 50 different job interviews. That's incredible. Stress, Nerves, mind blowing. South Seattle Voc Rehab, keep the interview, which I agree, keep the interview. Alarm, slept in, Spotify, strategies for success. Favorite mentor. Let's see, where's that detract? You had a couple of ands. See, you had about 7 ums, 3 so's, 7 uhs, and about 6 repeats. Overall, amazing. Nathan, our guest, had great word usage, antiquated concept, system, macro level, statistical studies, macro empirical. I couldn't write them all because I was paying attention. So thank you for that. And we didn't get to hear Sean speak at all, so you were perfect. And that concludes my Meridian and timers report.
Double applause, double applause.
Woo, gotta move the sweat off your brow there. That was a lot. Okay, now it's my turn to just turn everything over to Justin, because I have you on the agenda as our filling in for our president, because our president is not here today, Robin Lee, but Justin, as our VP of Education, fills in when Robin is gone. So he'll be giving our closing statements, and then if we have time, we'll sign up for some roles for next week. Justin.
Thank you. Thank you. That is next on the agenda, is sign up for roles. Anybody want to do some roles next week? We got.
I'll do the croissant.
Justin, do you wanna ask Sean? Sorry, Sean. Nathan, our guest first before we start doing roles.
Yeah, sure. What do you think of our meeting today? Nathan, right?
Yep, Nathan, can't see it's Brown's the last name. Thank you. I enjoyed it. Thank you. I think it's interesting. One of the only meetings I've ever seen where it's okay to correct people's grammar. We're frowned upon for that, right? Now it's encouraged. I might fit in well here. I didn't realize there was such a thing as a joke master. I think that's awesome. And puns especially seems perfect for this group.
Yeah.
The only thing I might say, just on a technical note, remote meetings are hard in I work from home remotely all the time, so I do these all day long. There's oftentimes challenges. The microphone closer to the podium would be a good improvement. I can hear, I'm sorry, I don't know the names of the people closer to the microphone very well, but at the podium, that's hard, a little hard remotely.
Gotcha. Thank you.
But that being said, I thank you for having me. I appreciate being here.
Come again.
I will.
Okay. Well, for roles, did you say, what were you saying you wanted, Buffy?
I hadn't said.
You said you wanted a croissant.
I wanted a croissant. A roll.
Do you want me?
Oh, a roll.
A croissant.
I'll take a cinnamon roll. Thank you very much.
I'll do a speech next week.
Oh,
Cool.
great.